All right. Hey guys, it's JP Fluellen here once again with another action-packed video for you to learn more about what is going on in Wyoming. Well, in this particular video, I want to specifically talk about this Laramie County study that just came out about housing. And I just want to give you a little bit of my opinion, a little bit of just kind of what are some of the numbers that came out of this study, and then kind of unpack kind of what my opinion is on what this has as far as the significant impact it's going to have in terms of the craziness, the busyness, the amount of new households coming in, and just for your information so that you can be fully prepared on when and or if this Sentinel project is going to happen. Because we've been hearing about this Sentinel project for 6 years, and I don't know about you, but I don't see any Sentinels running around. Okay, maybe not Sentinels, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, all right. So here's what's going on. So when this study was conducted, there were a few factors that they were taking into account, and so what they were looking at was kind of like, where are we currently at? What is our current inventory? What are the current projections for the amount of people that are going to come into the area? So there's a lot of other things involved in this: estimated population, estimations on, the amount of households coming into the area. But really what I wanted to focus in on are the numbers. And because this is important, because when you're thinking about like growth and costs and the amount of price of houses going up and inventory and interest rates and all these things kind of pool together, are we going to have some sort of like, oh my gosh, we're in trouble, we don't have any inventory? And so a couple things here. So the estimated housing demand as a result of the Sentinel project coming into Cheyenne, according to the study, there are 3 projects: on-base operations, and off-base construction. So those are the 3 things. So the on-base construction, off-base construction and operation, and on-base operation. So those are the 3 things. So on-base construction consists of a 10-year project, 665 direct jobs, 532 to migrate in, 213 indirect jobs, 64 to migrate in. So that's a total of 878 jobs, 594 new construction, total population increase of 1452. And the on-base operations, 350 new jobs direct as a result of the Sentinel project. 280 of those are going to migrate in, 91 indirect jobs, 27 to migrate in, and 441 total jobs, 307 new households, total population increase of 749. Off-base, so this is people that are off-base or out of state even, migrating to Nebraska, because some of our, and I don't even know if this is public, it's probably public, but there are Sentinel projects going on in western Nebraska. So 2,500 direct jobs, all to migrate to temporary housing, 3,702 indirect jobs, 11 to migrate to the Kimball area. Of those 1,111 new jobs moving to Kimball, we capture 10%, and we will have 111 new households and additional population of 271, which basically just means that some of those jobs will remain in the Cheyenne area and then just commute. But the majority of those jobs will actually be out of state. So this is why the numbers kind of matter as far as the impact it's going to have on the population. So in total, between census growth and Sentinel project, the Laramie County area is going to expect 1,239 households to move to Laramie County and rent, and 1,901 of those households to move in and buy homes in Laramie County. So what does that mean in kind of like from a projection standpoint? So from 2018 to 2022, Cheyenne added 977 single-family homes and 125 multifamily homes and added 888 units. In 2023, Cheyenne approved 99 permits for housing, 67 single-family homes, 32 multifamily homes to add 73 units. And then from 2018 to 2022, rural Laramie County added 1,092 single-family homes and 2 multifamily homes to add 12 units. In 2023, rural Laramie County approved 94 single-family homes and 0 multifamily. So with the falling interest rates, although when the study was conducted, they said that the interest rates were falling, but now the interest rates are kind of stabilizing. So that's something to keep in mind, that we don't know what interest rates are going to do. And I think even the Fed is confused on what the interest rates are going to do. So I would just, if you want to look up to the sky and hope that, the end of days is coming and you don't have to worry about any of this stuff, then you can do that. Or you can just get on Market Watch and you can just check that stuff every day if that's something that you're super fascinated about, if you like these kind of numbers. But the interest rates do kind of play a little bit of a factor in some of this information, so take that with a grain of salt. So please don't put all of your weird comments in saying that, whatever is going to happen with the interest rates. All right, so with falling interest rates likely coming in 2024-25, combined with construction labor demands for the Sentinel project, we expect new single-family and multifamily builds to improve, but slowly over the next 5 years. So when this study was conducted, there was 387 single families, 227 in Cheyenne, 117 in the remainder of the county, and 43 condos and townhomes. And in September 2023, there were approximately 239 living spaces available to rent, 104 apartments, 72 condos/townhomes, and 63 single-family units. So what does this all mean, right? So what does all of this mean? So at the time that the study was conducted, there was 387 homes currently on the market. And that number is kind of important because current inventory is what is listed on the market today. But that doesn't mean that there's 387 houses left. So that means that the 387 homes will be replenished the following month to some degree. So it could be, we could have 400 houses, we could have 290 some houses, but the reality of it is that because things are way shifted out of the COVID era, we are now in more of a stable, especially in an inventory standpoint in Laramie County. So what does that mean is that one of the things that you have to do when you look at this study, which if you want to copy the full study, there is definitely a link in the description, so make sure that you check that out because there is some fascinating stuff in there, especially if you're really curious about what is going on with this Sentinel project and what does it mean for me. Okay, so there's 380 new buyers projected for 2020-24, and new homes that are, new meaning new construction, 172 being added to the mix. So when this study was conducted, there's 387 houses currently on the market. And so what they're saying in the study, based on those numbers, if nothing else was added, then we would have 179 houses of surplus. Now, some things that don't take into effect of this is the ones that are already buying and selling. So the ones that are selling their home right now, and then they're gonna buy another house. So then now that house that they're still have sold is also now new inventory. That is not on here. The other thing that is not on here is then the replenishment rate month over month that goes back into the inventory. So there's that amount of houses that go back into the inventory. So whether that 179 is correct or not correct, it remains to be seen. But again, that also depends on that no one after that 379 houses is not going to sell a house. They're not going to put a house on the market. That means that everyone is just kind of shut down and whatever's listed is listed. So that is not into effect in this number here as well. So if you're listening, and if I'm misconstruing these data numbers, please correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what it shows, is that we have a new home buyer number, we have new homes hitting the market number, and then we have an existing inventory number, and then we have another number that doesn't have anything to do with what's all the other activity that's going on in the background. So in 2025, they project 380 houses again because that's part of that 1,900 new homes that are coming into the area. New home sales, 184. So new homes is new construction coming into the inventory. And then as a result of that, 380 minus the 184 is now saying that we have a deficit of 17 houses, but that is not considering the other existing homes that are being listed day in and day out throughout the year. So as we kind of go through this, they're saying that we're going to be roughly behind about 500 houses over the next 5 years. But that does not take into consideration the environmental factors of new homes going on the market, and meaning new listings, existing homes, resale homes going onto the market. So what does that mean? In my opinion, that means that this is all within that margin of error, because every time that there's a statistical data set that is put out, there's always a margin of error, because statistics can never be 100% accurate. It just is a tool to give you some idea of what could happen based on a certain set of factors. So at the end of the day, what does this mean? It means that our day-to-day probably won't be affected too much in terms of increase, because when you have a supply and demand issue, then the cost of goods and services goes up if there is a shortage. So in my opinion, based on this, we have more of a gain in cost based on the economy and all of those factors that are involved in that are somewhat not local but external, outside of what we have control over, versus the amount of new construction. Now, at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that we just stop doing what we're doing, because when you don't make changes based off of data, then you're just being ignorant based on the information. But what it does mean is that the affordable housing sector, which is the homes that people can normally afford based on their income levels, and there is a part of this study that goes into income that you should definitely check out for sure, because it is important to know that, hey, that the lower income brackets are starting to shrink and more people are making more money, but that doesn't mean that the amount of money that they're making can then afford the new affordable housing situation that we're basically is shrinking. So apartments, townhomes, condos, that sector of homes, then there's beginning to be less and less of those, because that's what's considered affordable housing right now, and that sector of houses is now going to start shrinking. So what does that mean? We need more condos, townhomes, and affordable apartments. So that is kind of my quick overview. There's a whole lot more to unpack in this thing. So again, please download the study in the comments. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please put those in the chat, put those in the comments below, and hope this was helpful. I'm JP Fluellen, Titan Real Estate Team at Real. And make sure, if you like this video, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.